I wonder if they could hear us when we're not live.
Yeah, no, they could definitely hear us.
When we're not on screen?
Yeah.
It was D-Mac.
I knew I wasn't bugging.
He been coming through to the show. I like it. Oldie but goodie. He used to come around all the time. You know who we don't see no more? It's like all the beat tagger people. We used to see them for like 2 years strong. They gave up on us. We ain't doing it for them. Either that or their schedules changed.
Give me a vote.
They don't love me no more.
Nah, you just stop playing the music every week, bro. You got to tap back in.
Hit that like, hit that share. I already know you up in here. See y'all clicking in, tuning in. You know we appreciate, love y'all. What you are listening to is production by my boy, the one and only King Blackout in the building. The What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Yo, you gotta show them something because it's mad confusing. If I'm just scrolling and seeing a black screen, they might not even have sound on, bro.
Bam. How you like me now?
I mean, you still look bad, but you know it's better.
Hit that like, hit that share. Let's get it. Let's get over to these comments, man. You know I be loving them comments, man. Yo, what's good? What's good? He said, I do hear y'all. Yes, sir. We in the building right now. Yo, what's up? NHO Bravo, man. My guy. New father. Did I see new fatherhood is in the works for you or happened for you? Let's talk about it. Yo. It is us. We are here. The What We Talking About podcast, 7 p.m. every Tuesday. You know what it is. We talking the 845. We talking hip hop. We talking global. We talk about basically anything that has some sort of relevance to our culture, our livelihood, well-being, and all that. So I'm joined, as always, by my trusty co-host, the one and only King of Blackout. How you doing, sir?
You need to put more respect on my name.
What do you mean more?
Creator, co-founder of the What We Talking About podcast, King Blackout. Put some respect on my name.
Co-creator,
co-founder of the What We Talking About podcast. Put some respect on my name.
Co-creator and co-founder, King Blackout.
It's ridiculous. I can't get no fucking respect. Exactly, bro. I can't get no fucking respect out here. Yo, congrats on the little one coming out. Beautiful thing.
Man, first son born. Salute to that, man. All the best. You already know. You know we got you out here with all those well wishes. He got a good, strong father to help him come up in this harsh world we live in, man, where you can't even go to a damn concert no more, man. I was just saying, Blackout, just last week, like, yo, I get in the itch, like, I want to get back to the concerts. And what the F happened on Friday, my God?
That's why I don't go.
Man, listen. R.I.P. Before I even go any further, R.I.P. to all 8 families, you know, and those 8 people, man. I mean, my deepest condolences goes out to the families. Bro, and you know what's messed up about it, too, is that when it first went down, I'm hearing this astral land, some tragedies went down, da-da-da-da. I looked it up on my phone, and at first, what comes up is that they were fentanyl overdoses at the concert. And I'm like, word? You know? And then as I'm waking up and I'm like taking my shower and now I'm listening to it in the car, that's when the story came that it was like, you know, mob mob type of stuff. Like they was rushing the stage and people were getting trampled and pushed up against gates and stepped on. And you talk about the 8 families that are suffering right now. There was 300 other injuries there that night, bro, from all this stuff.
That's what happens when you bring out Drake.
Man, listen. 50,000 people. From what I'm understanding, not every precaution was taken. And that seems to have led to what seems to be some negligence on behalf of the event throwers, you know.
I mean, they're gonna frame it. They're gonna frame it that way, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you know, the blame keeps getting pushed onto Travis Scott and the performers and Drake showing up. You know, I don't necessarily like put a lot. I mean, I guess it's on them, but is it on them though? Like, they don't know what's going on out there.
But Gabe, they do. If I'm gonna leave this alone, I'm just gonna say this: if you see your crowd stampeding and they trampling people, and you keep performing for another half hour, you the problem.
It's a good point.
There's photos. There's IG lives. This is not somebody's opinion. This is what was happening when you saw the surge of people and people falling underneath them and getting trampled. Even with the loud music, you're looking at the crowd. You're seeing people get trampled. Like and literally, the concerts going on some of these videos, and the paramedics are trying to like push people. So Travis is performing, and the paramedics, like mad medics, are out there like parting through the crowds, trying to help people, give support and stuff. People keep stepping on the people that they're trying to help, while they're trying to push him away because he's still performing. That's his fault, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Those are the videos that I saw. You understand? Not only that you could say, "Oh, he didn't know somebody got trampled," fine, but when you see 8, 9 paramedics out in the crowds in different areas trying to help people, and you keep fucking performing
for a half hour.
What
up, Cub? I see you out here. I was just saying, what up to Cub? I see him out here. No, continue.
No, that's it, bro. I mean, for me, it's cut and dry. It's a sad situation. It's why I don't really do concerts. You know, it ain't for us. ASTROWORLD, what he built is kind of dope, but yeah, but that's just reckless. That's reckless and not thinking like a human being. And I think sometimes people have that problem. That I think it's a person, it's people getting hurt at your concert and you still performing. I don't know what to say.
Right. And that's kind of why I approached it like that, because I wanted to kind of bring that to light, and I knew you would do that. To me, performing for 30 minutes while you're seeing lights in the background, you're seeing like that, like you said, when you see that surge of people, and you can tell when people like when something's coming at you like that, you can tell if the background is overtaking the foreground. You can see that happening. To keep going, I think does kind of speak to a little bit of negligence on the performer's part, because they're the powerful voice right there. Yeah. If they tell DJ cut the music,
that's it,
and they yell out stop.
Happens all the time. We watching them verses like live when the stage was flooded on the Locks and Dips, that shit. Like that's it. Like if you just stop the music and say stop, people are gonna stop, because what are they searching for at this point? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I gave niggas the pass about, you know, maybe you didn't see people getting trampled, but what you did see was all those red paramedic bags out in your crowd trying to help people. You saw that. You saw the ambulance lights pull up to the back of the crowds, multiple ambulances trying to help people. See, it's not that they didn't see, it's that he didn't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's bullshit. I'm not trying to cancel them. I'm just saying that you 28, 29, you on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? You was full of yourself, and you forgot that these are people, and you're a person.
Right. And you need them to do what you do for a living.
And they need to be alive to get home to their families.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, you know, respect due to those families. My condolences. So the aftermath of all this is I'm happy to see, you know, some ownership being taken by different performers that night, you know, wanting to take care of funeral services, wanting to make sure the families are taken care of. And, you know, the only thing that's dicey about that type of stuff is that being taken care of is all in the hands of the take care giver, right? Because taking care of you might mean something very different to another person than to me. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that when you say you're taking care, not that, you know, you're not going to just like sign like your autograph on something and give them like $1,000 and you took care of the family, right? Like they lost somebody. So like, you know, make it substantial, make it, you know, I'm not talking about giving away, you know, 10% of what you got, but you know, anything you got from that concert, that tour, a couple shows, I think should get split up between those 8 families, you know?
And it will. Because the civil suit against them and the concert is going to be heavy. Then that whole I try to take care of funeral arrangements and shit is just to mitigate what the judge is going to levy, and it ain't going to be enough because they're not. If you think about some of the, remember, I mean, take a step back. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of murdering his wife, right?
Correct.
Not guilty criminally, but somehow fiscally responsible to the tune of $200 million. Which he wasn't nowhere near worth that. So if one person's life was worth $200 million, and you can't even prove that he the one that did it, so why is he financially responsible? You keeping a mob going for half an hour as people jumped up and down on people and killed them and crushed them and injured 300 others, you should be bankrupt. I'm dead at. I know you got. Listen, I know they have insurance for those kind of festivals and concerts, but they need to personally sue Travis Scott. Personally, the person, fuck the event and the festival, sue him. Dead ass. I'm not trying to cancel him. That's not what I'm saying. But he needs to be responsible. You understand what I'm saying? Responsible. Not no $100,000 I pay for a funeral. Responsible. You should lose half. That's a lot of people because you want it to be cool. Ain't nobody give me a reason why you would keep performing for half an hour where people are trying to render aid and a swarm of people in a mob. Not one person, dozens of people trying to get aid to people, and you're still performing.
The length of time is what gets me.
No, you can't argue with that. You can say I didn't see the surge. What you can't say is I didn't see the 5 ambulances on the field and all the people with red bags with white crosses on them trying to help people, and then even them getting trampled.
Right.
Yeah, you can't not see that. Nah, we good. He needs to pay. And I don't want him canceled. Love his music. I'll keep supporting him as a musician, as an artist, but he needs to pay.
Yeah.
Because money don't bring you back. Money don't make it right. But you definitely, I don't think you should go to prison because I don't think that was the intent. But you are damn sure responsible. That's how manslaughter works, and that's how civil suits works. You are responsible. You're responsible. It's your festival, and you were the one on stage performing at the time. Fuck out of here.
I wonder how much his Drake is gonna be, because his name's like attached to this for coming out.
I mean, he put up a sorry in IG, and I was like, bullshit. Like
he did do that.
Yeah, I hate the politicizing.
I usually don't do this type of thing on social media.
I wasn't with it. Like people, like fuck music, fuck artistry. People's lives have changed forever.
Yeah, big time.
And you could have easily just said, "Chill, y'all," and that would have stopped.
The tough part, and one of them was 14, bro. 14. You know, it's like, you know.
And you know what's weird, bro? Like, I hear people, or I've read people saying, "Oh, why is a 14-year-old at a Travis Scott concert?" As if it's the 14-year-old's fault for getting trampled to death.
Right. And why can't she be there? Is she there with a parent or whoever she's with? She could be there as long as she wants.
Newsflash, y'all. Celebrities are just human beings. They're not special. You don't gotta suck off everything they do. You don't gotta co-sign shit when they're wrong. They can be responsible. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I forgot an 8-year-old too. Absolutely. An 8-year-old baby. Forgot that. Yeah.
Oh, what up, Cass? Thank you for tuning in. Happy that you're here.
That's how I feel, dude. I didn't really want. I knew it was a thing. I knew we was gonna talk about it. I didn't want to rant. Wrong is wrong and right is right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree.
Like I said, I'm not trying to cancel Travis Scott, the artist, the musician. I don't think that's what this is. It's not about that. I don't think he should go to prison, but he is responsible. The same way your employer is responsible if you slip and fall. They didn't pour the water on the ground, but they're supposed to make the environment safe for you. So if there's some water on the ground, you slip and fall, and you fucking break your back, they gotta pay. Travis Scott, that's his festival. He was performing. He didn't stop it. He needs to pay. Period.
Yeah. And I do also put some of the onus on whoever's holding down that whole venue, though. You know, like after 10 minutes and you see that the concert's not stopping, who's not plugging unplugging the cord?
But they're all working for Travis. So who's gonna override him? It's his. No, he's literally the festival owner. It's his festival.
It's
so who's gonna override him?
Oh wow, man! What a heavy thing, man, for these people to have on them now, man. I don't know, man. That would be something I would definitely have to get some help to help me like balance that in my brain. Like
if that don't make you think about life differently, I don't know what will, bro. You go to a Travis Scott concert and you die, like who the fuck thinks that's gonna happen?
Word.
Yeah,
we out here doing music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and somebody from the event told somebody that just escaped with injuries that, well, what did you expect? It's always like a mosh pit here. Like, come on, man, that's not the right answer. What up? So yeah, man, like I say, RIP to the people who lost their lives. Condolences to the families. I do hope that there's some good retribution here. You could make life easier for family in the future. That's very helpful. It might not, it doesn't bring anybody back, doesn't solve anything, but a smoother road ahead of you, so you don't have to worry about the financial side of life. Is a win too sometimes. You know what I mean? So, going on to more interesting things and away from the doom and gloom, Glamour magazine named their Woman of the Year, and they picked Meg Thee Stallion. So I just want to say big up to Meg Thee Stallion, doing her thing.
Bullshit.
Coming through the way.
Bullshit.
By way of a Black Nubian queen in
bullshit.
This world, and blossoming into Woman of the Year.
Pandering.
What you think about that?
Yo, Gabe, why is she Woman of the Year? For making WAP? What did she do? Did she give half of her money to AIDS research and I ain't know about it? Did she go to Haiti and help the earthquake victims and the tsunami victims?
I'm sure it's in the article.
Did she go to Afghanistan and extract the people who needed to be saved? Why is Meg Thee Stallion Woman of the Year? Now, if this sounds like I'm hating on Meg, you're wrong. I'm not. I just want to understand. Meg is popping right now, right? She's having her minute, her moment. Bet, fire. Why is she the Woman of the Year? You know why? Because she was in Sports Illustrated and people ride the wave and the wave gets you views and eyes and all that kind of. She's popular, but what did she do this year to make her woman? You do know what Woman of the Year means?
Yeah, I mean,
it's supposed to mean like you did some shit, like
you represented for women in a way that is admirable and inspirational
on the whole planet.
Yeah,
Gabe, what the fuck did Meg do to inspire the entire planet of women?
She came from nothing.
She made WAP.
She came from nothing. She dolled her ass up.
Gabe.
She made WAP.
I'm laughing, but the pandering is real. I can't even enjoy the win as a. Hold up, let me shut up. Yo, Kamala Harris. This is not political.
Woman of the Year.
How the fuck is she not Woman of the Year?
She could
for breaking that barrier.
She very well could be, and I'm sure there's some biologist or chemist or some craziness.
What about the chick that helped invent the first COVID vaccine? Why ain't she Woman of the Year? That's more relevant.
That's very relevant to this.
A woman did that. Why ain't she on the fucking? This is dumb.
Yeah,
you Woman of the whole year on the whole planet for making WAP.
For making WAP.
Fuck out of here.
She has some decent features that I can't remember right now.
Gabe, fuck out of here.
On the foot. Did she get shot on the foot this year, or was that?
She got grazed like 2 years ago. She got grazed in the ankle.
Listen, she took one for the team,
bro. I want to enjoy a black person, a black queen getting that honor, but I don't want to give in for the sake of being given. I think that's almost worse than not even being acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? That's almost worse. Like that's what we good for? WAP. But the first person in come on, WAP.
Listen,
so not Kamala, not the lady who made COVID, Meg Thee Stallion, WAP,
or the chemist lady.
All right.
Question the age requirements, those type of festivals. From my understanding, Bravo, I don't think there is one because I think
there isn't one.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to, because you can like picnic there and shit. I think isn't it a multiple day?
So it's a festival. It's not a music concert, and therefore it's open to all ages.
Right. Right.
It happens like every other festival has music performances as part of the events, but it's like going to the state fair, bro. It's under that kind of license from the city that hosts it.
Right.
There is no age requirement.
That's the way I understand it. If it's not that way, that's the way I understand it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Stellar Lumens is up to 42 cents a coin. Thank you very much. For those that know, now you know. Because she told, she told everybody to eat it, not just dudes. She told girls too. No, I know children in the mosh pit, and it's parenting at that point. Like, where how close do you get your kids to the to that crowd like that? But whatever. That's neither here nor there. I'm off it. But being Woman of the Year, I thought it was a little
pandering.
I didn't catch it the way you caught it. I caught it as, well, who paid for that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I respect what you're saying. I just think it's the wave. She was on SI. First black rapper. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's crazy. They just ride the wave. She's popular right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. And speaking of women doing things, Miss Info. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's like a radio personality.
Of course, we know who Miss Info is, bro.
Okay. She's teaming up with your favorite rapper, Mr. Nasir Jones, and they're getting into our game, bro. They're going to be podcasting. It's called The Bridge, 50 years of hip hop. So I'm assuming there's going to be, all things hip hop, very, very hip hop centric, very album artist centric interviews, things of that nature. How you feel about Nas? Is this the end of Nas saying, yo, fuck it, I'm done rapping. I'm just going to do what Joey Button's doing?
Nah, because Scarface just retired. Nas got another album in him. He can't go out with that bullshit trash he just gave us. But as far as the pod, believe it or not, I'm excited. The one thing that he does well is speak.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever heard him give interviews or just talk in general? He's a thoughtful person. He's got a lot to share. I'm sure he's got great insight. He's got relationships almost universally across the board. I think that's gonna be dope. I think that's like the same thing with Kane doing a pod. Like Nas, his influence in the game and the people that he touches, he can do almost anything. He can reach out to almost anyone. And when he gets Sean Carter to sit down with him, and he fucking will, wow, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah. When they actually give us insight as to what was going on, because that's gonna happen, that's gonna be nuts. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah. That's gonna happen. Jay-Z will sit down with Nas and have a conversation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna happen.
He's also gonna stay with Big Daddy Kane.
Facts. Just dope, man. So good for the culture. Like I said, I think Nas is gonna be good at it. He's gonna be great at it. Yeah, that's my thoughts, bro.
Yeah, me too. When I saw it, I was like, damn, man, I got to make room for another podcast. You know what I'm saying? But all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, ever since I've watched that first episode with the Primo joint, I really appreciate those, man. The So What's Ups, because they're quick hits. They're not very long, but it's nostalgic. It's fun. And it's nice to hear like the backstory on some of this production that's so legendary. You know what I mean? So that's why I like it so much. Barry's up in here. What you saying, Bravo? Or Hove announces his pod release.
Yeah, he would keep the petty train going.
He petty like that.
Hey, Gabe. Whoa. Speaking of podcasts, did you see Drink Champs?
Yes, I did, sir.
Yo,
I peeped that.
What did you think? I got lots of feelings about this. Kanye West was on Drink Champs. For y'all who don't know, Drink Champs is the podcast hosted by the one and only Nori, the artist formerly known as Noriega, and he has Old Man Ebro on up there, right? As well.
No, EFN.
No, that's not Ebro.
EFN. DJ
Who?
EFN. DJ EFN.
Yes.
Yeah.
You start. I got lots of feelings, but you start. Talk about it.
Well, yay, as they say nowadays. I thought it was a great interview. My general feeling about it was Nori created a atmosphere with that whole Drink Champs show. He's created a very comfortable atmosphere. Nori is a very endearing person, and like he plays. He's not doing it on purpose. It's just how he is. But he plays like this almost like gullible type of role, type of deal with these people in front of him, and they just open up. And it's a great talent for an interviewer to have. You know what I mean? So salute to Nori for being that personable to get these stories out of these people. You know what I mean? And don't think that it's not the setting that he's placing them in. You know, it's a very like, I get like a very chill type of vibe when I'm watching this. So I can only imagine what being there is like. So
look,
Kanye,
do me a favor though. I don't want you to lose your train of thought. Put that that we talk about Drink Champs right up there on the screen for me, please.
What we talking about? Drink Champs?
Yeah, we talking about, you were talking about the Ye interview. You can put that on the screen, right?
Yeah, hold up.
While you doing that, I'm gonna give here's my summation of the Ye interview on Drink Champs. You ready? This was dope. People give Kanye a lot of flack for sometimes how he expresses himself, but if you actually listen to what he's saying, he's trying to convey some pretty dope thoughts. I think a lot of times it just comes out really wrong, which is kind of odd for somebody who's actually good with words. Like Kanye can actually rap and write pretty well, so it's kind of odd to see him in these interview settings trying to convey deep thoughts or deep feelings about something and completely stumbling over his fucking words. I hate that he does that, because you got to really want to hear what he's saying to get from it what you're supposed to get from it. You know what I mean? Even when he's talking about like 808s being like the low note and what it means to your spirit and how it reverberates and all that kind of shit. Like, I know what he's trying to say. It just comes out like a weirdo though. You know what I mean? But he can rap. So why is he so bad when it comes to just spoken word? Like, he sucks at that. It's honest, but he does not convey it appropriately. It comes off like he's fucking out there. But when you hear him rap, he gives you deep thought and context and witticisms, and that makes sense. So I don't understand it.
It's because when you write and you're performing, you're able to streamline the thought, and it once it's written. You know what I mean? When you're in the midst of general conversation, that's why it takes talent to do what we do and I do with these interviews and stuff. You know what I mean? Because in the midst of conversation, one of the people has to be, controlling the field a little bit, right? And navigating the show. So it's the same thing, I think, because with Kanye, I think he has so much going on in his head, bro. Like, so many different things going on that he's actually paying attention to. I think we all have a bunch of things going through our heads, but we only pay attention to one or two things. I think Kanye is sitting there like he's looking at all the banners going by, and then when you're talking to him, he's just saying it. That's the feeling I get. He's just like you wind him up. You ask him a question, and it's almost like winding him up and going, "All right, pull the slide. See what the motherfucker gonna say now." You know what I'm saying? Because he straight up said, "Yo, Just Blaze just a copycat. Why would I shout him out?"
Hold up. See, people hang on everything. The big, I'm gonna talk about that. The Big Sean comment, the comment, and the Just Blaze comment. If you heard what he was saying, it sounds like he's throwing shade. If you continue to listen to the rest of the interview, you realize that he's talking about his family, his brothers, his, you know what I mean, his nephews. Like, he talking about it in a way that I would talk about my brother, like, fuck that nigga, he stole my whole shit. That's how he's saying it. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying it like them niggas is really trash or they really assholes. Like, I don't agree with what you doing, and I'm just being kind of abrupt and blunt about it. But he's not shitting on Just Blaze. He's saying, yo, I took all the soul samples and flipped it, and Just Blaze rolled my dick, so I really should get all the props for that album. But he's saying it like an artist would, like, yo, I'm better than everybody that raps in my city. Like, it's the same kind of boast. He's not saying it like, yo, you plagiarized me, dog. He's not saying it like that. And I understood it, but it comes out weird.
Kanye went to Drink Champs to shock the world. That's what I think. I think he went to Drink Champs just to have the platform to talk. I think he does that because the way he speaks, he shocks the world. I don't think it's intentional. Even like that Big Sean shit, I don't think it's intentional to make it sound like
fuck Big Sean. It's like I'm feeling something about how this is played out. And I'm trying to express that, but I don't got no filter. And I'm not cognizant of who I'm talking to sometimes. Like, you're not just in a room before people talking to your brother. You in front of 2 million people saying this about everybody. And you got to kind of filter that a little bit. And he doesn't. And I think that's where he goes wrong. You know what I'm saying?
When asked, one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, I have a few favorite parts of the whole thing, but one of my favorites is when he told Nori that he can't go against Jay-Z because that's my boss. Like, it was so tongue-in-cheek when he was saying that shit. It was unreal, right? And when he was like the verses with Drake, he was like, Drake, he's like, bro, you're gonna have to go get like a producer that knows how to make great hits. You're gonna have to go get a singer that know how to do songs good. You're gonna have to go get a rapper that can perform like me. He's like, yo, he straight up said, you're gonna have to go get 4 or 5 different acts to see me in a verses with 20 songs.
He's right.
And then he told him, yo, Drake, I watched Drake. How am I gonna be in a room with Drake?
What is he supposed? But see, you laughing like he's not supposed to say that. Gabe, what is he supposed to say? No, real talk. Niggas will gas this up. What is he supposed to say? Drake can kill me in the verses?
I'm laughing with the dude. I want to.
Do you agree with the statement?
Clear.
Do you agree with the statement?
No, because listen, if you ever listen to me when I'm talking black and not just yourself, you know that I say things all the time. Like I told Bravo a couple of weeks ago. One of the reasons why I respect him so much is because he is so braggadocious and he is so motherfucking confident about his craft. That's what makes me want to play his shit more. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Ice to God. You know what I'm saying? That when you exude that confidence and you really believe it, like I love that shit. Yo, he went there to shock the world, but he went there to shock the world with his truths. That's what he went there with, bro. He was like, he was speaking all his sober truths while he was getting drunk, bro. But he did it on purpose. You know what I mean? To me, I feel like he was there. He was saying this shit. He knew, like it was almost like he was grinning every time he said some shit because he knew what he was doing.
Here's why I don't agree. Because I take the entire interview in context. Like when he's talking about Kim, it sounds so messy.
My wife.
The way he's talking about it. But it's actually, if you listen to him, he's hurt. And like he's just spewing his feelings without no filter, no context. He's not thinking about his words and the audience. So if you can't cherry pick parts of the interview and say, oh, he was intentional there, but this one he's not. The entire interview had a consistent tone. He was all over the place just speaking. And the shit with Kim made that my truth for me, at least the way I viewed it. Because like when it went there, he was just like, yo, and he was just blurting out shit. Like I told my publicist, like, fuck you. How you gonna do that? It's my house. Like he's giving you a peek behind the blinds, like on some real shit. Like your publicist got in your wife's ears and kind of turn y'all, you know what I mean, against each other, put that kind of rift between y'all. That's crazy. She got more influence than you do in your own household. That's crazy. She got more influence over your kids than you do. Like who would say that in public about an employee that you pay? Like Gabe, that's you feel what I'm saying though, bro? Like I really feel like he just in a bad space. Like for instance with that, and there's no filter. He's just literally feeling shit and saying it. And I think that tone was consistent. I think he says it on purpose, yes, but I don't think the way he says it is what's on purpose. And that's the point that I mean. Like I don't think he means it to come out the way it comes out. He just wants to get the point across. And he's kind of just he means to say he means to speak on that thing. But not necessarily the way that he does.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
I can go with that, but I can't. We'll just have to agree or disagree. I think that there is an intention there with all this. He's very calculated, man. Like not calculated, like but he's like a genius, bro. It might be that type of calculated where he's like, yo, I just dropped Donda. I'm gonna keep this going. I got Yeezy's worth 1.9 or 1.7 billion right now. I'm on top of the world. I'm gonna go do this and put myself out this hemisphere. My man talked about putting himself on the stock market and just being a publicly traded human being.
People have already done that, but yeah, that's weird. Do that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out. Hold up, real quick. Let me shout out the people in this. I got D Mac in the building. Yo, welcome back, good sirs. Nice to have you. We got Rock in the building. Rock says, "Have you ever noticed that there was two voices to Kanye? He actually has a bunch more. His voice changes based on his emotion. I've noticed that. There's a big change with his voice and his emotion. His speaking voice, his rapping voice, his singing voice, it's all different. So that's 3 right there. But yes, I have noticed that before. Shout out to who else is up in here? I thought I saw another name. Let's see what Brad was saying. Hold on. What you got, Brad? I think his intention was to wear his heart in his sleeve, and with that comes all the, oh, y'all thought they weren't going to kill me. Yeah. What do you think about that talk, though? You think he's counting down? You think he's trying to count down something? You think he's trying to cause his own death somehow, some way?
No, bro. He's just saying the obvious. People kill every time he goes and says something in public. That's what he was referring to. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just saying the obvious.
Yeah. Apparently, he has made good on his promise to take care of Beanie Siegel for coming up with the name Yeezy to the tune of $50 million.
Well, hold up. So where you see that he actually gave him $50 million?
Only on Beanie Siegel's Twitter.
Nah, Beanie Siegel said Ye gave me 50 mil? Or did Beanie Siegel say Ye said he was gonna give me 50 mil?
Ye said he was gonna give me 50
thank you. Yeah, he didn't do that. That's the part about I was gonna get into the best parts of this podcast. He talked himself into a corner with that. Yeah. Because I don't care how altruistic or how real he's trying to be. I don't think he meant to put himself in a box that way. I think he once again was having a thought that I want to help Beans out and honor the fact that he came up with this brand essentially by giving me this nickname. But I don't think he meant to put it in the 50 million box. I think he's just, tongue before his brain, kind of speaking and kind of talking himself to a box. $50 million is a lot of fucking money when you don't got to give it out, and people don't just give that shit away. And now if he does it, because he don't got 50 million in cash. By the way, people understand how this works. If he gives him like 10% interest in Yeezy, that's not 50 million. That's an infinite amount of money. Because that's all stock, right? You're not gonna hand this man a $50 million check. By the way, he can't. You can't give someone $50 million. By the way, you can't do it. Not legally. You can't do it. You can't give it to somebody.
You can pay him for the service of coming up with the name, though.
Just sure. You just write that up. Absolutely. You can write it up and you pay taxes on it. And after that 40%, it'll be like 28 mil.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that in home.
But will he actually do it?
Bro, if he don't do it, I'm gonna lose respect for him because he put that out.
Because I recognize the vibe.
I won't be riding with Kanye if he don't really do it now.
I respect that. The best part of the interview, when Nori brought up Soulja Boy being upset about his verse being taken off, and Ye said real fast, "Did you hear it?" That was the realest shit. Because once again, that's unfiltered. His response was instant, bro. It was like, "But did you hear it?" Like, fuck, I'm gonna do with that shit. I'm like, oh my god, I fuck with that interview just for that part. It was so raw.
I thought Nori did a great job. I thought Kanye. I do not believe that Kanye told any lies. I really don't.
I ain't hear no lies. I think the Just Blaze shit taken out of context. But besides that, no lies.
You know what I mean? It was truthful. I think it was rather insightful. It's not because you're like, how much more insight do you need on an artist like Kanye? Who's constantly on social media, who's constantly, giving you works of music where he gets introspective with his own stuff and everything. So like, it's not like he's not already half naked anyway. You know what I'm saying? So for him to go on there and just fully undress like that was kind of cool to see like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Rob, I think the tax over what 350, I think is like it's 40% when you get in lump sums like that. You tax at 40%.
Because it's going to be considered like some sort of bonus compensation. So
the number's too large. So The only way to get more than that is to spread out the payments over like 20 years, basically. Because even like doing half and half, it's just too much. You still gonna get 40% each time. So you got to like really spread them out and make them small payments and not pay that tax. So yeah, it's like 60-40. It's actually like 42-58 if you want to get real technical.
No, that's very evident. All you gotta do is go look up past lottery winners, and you'll see they all tell you how much they actually took
lump
home.
sums, bro. They take like 40%. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. That's just, and then the state tells you they ain't got no money to pay you, or fix the road, or whatever the fuck else you need done. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Kanye on there. I respected him for talking about Jay, and he basically saluted him. I really thought it was tongue in cheek though, and he was like, "That's the boss. That's my boss." Like, Kanye don't have a fucking boss, bro. There's no boss for Kanye.
Why you say that?
What'd you think of that?
He had a boss called Def Jam, Universal Music Group. That's his fucking boss.
He just won't put music out. He don't care.
Okay, maybe he won't. Still his musical boss. Like, look, I got a boss. I don't have to go to work every day though. It's a choice.
Yeah.
I could not go to work and say fuck you.
I guess you could.
I could.
So in the headlines, I read Expendables 4 is coming out. 50 Cent has a role in it,
bro.
And I'm like, all right, 50's in another movie.
A franchise that matters. I thought you were talking about The Rock and the Fast 10 shit. You talk about Expendables, bro?
Yeah, Expendable. I can't believe that there's 4 of them. I can't, like, when one of them was out, I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe they kept going. I didn't even know there was a 2 and 3. But besides that, it just got me thinking, man, like, 50 Cent, man, do you think in the public eye, generally speaking, do you think 50 Cent is overrated or underrated as far as being a businessman?
He's rated appropriately.
You think so?
When it comes to something like that, the perception is the reality. And that's going to sound weird because 9 times out of 10, it's not, right? Reality is reality. But when it comes to somebody's value, that is all perception. So his value is whatever he can make somebody pay him. And he's really good at making people value him with big numbers. So whether he's good at what he's doing, irrelevant. His value, his rating is what the fuck it is. Make sense?
Yeah. I respect him though. He's definitely a business gangster, man. Like, he knows how to get that shit done. Like, from an early age, I think. And I respect how he's been able to adjust to the different hustles, more or less. You know what I mean? And he's come out on top. I feel like he keeps coming out on top over and over again. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think he might even be a little underrated as far as, like, accomplishments, what he might mean to the culture. Sometimes I feel like there's a faction out there that doesn't respect 50 Cent, and just sees him as a clown or whatever. But I don't. I see him as somebody that, you can definitely gain some inspiration from him. I know he can be real pompous. He could be like a real, like, thick, like, bullheaded about certain things, and just like, why, on certain things, sure. But overall, like, his business acumen, his hustle, his desire to grow, and I think that's all admirable characteristics of him that I don't think get talked about when it comes to 50 Cent.
Half the people on the planet have the same characteristics. That ain't nothing special. He traded off of his name. Y'all, 50 Cent did not create power. Y'all ready for this? 50 Cent does not write on Power. Y'all ready for this? 50 Cent does not direct episodes of Power. Y'all ready for this? Cool. 50 Cent did not create BMF. 50 Cent does not does not direct or write on BMF. This is what Curtis Jackson does. My name is Curtis Jackson. I'm famous. When you shoot the gun, make sure you hold it like this. Oh, executive producer. Add my name to it. People will watch it. Oh, dope. Done. It's called trading on celebrity. Everybody does it in different ways.
Yeah.
Facts. Paris Hilton got money because her daddy owned hotels. And then people started buying her lipstick because her last name was Hilton. Not because she made lipstick very well, or it was her description, or she was the chemist that created the formula. She did none of that. Rihanna is worth $1 billion now because of Fenty. Rihanna doesn't work in a lab. She doesn't create fucking negligee. She just looks at things that somebody else designs and says, I'd wear that. And boom, I'm worth $1 billion. She's trading off celebrity. I'm not saying this to downplay 50 Cent's business acumen, but it's not business acumen to take the money that you have and go buy some shit. The acumen is trading off your celebrity. He's very good at trading off of his celebrity. We talked about music not being the thing that pays you. Music is the vehicle to get you the bag. Nobody cares if you can rap. They care if, I know who what your face is. So sell me sneakers and sell me other bullshit and pay me $500 to host mixtapes. You trade off of your celebrity. Cash Me Outside girl can't rap or sing, but she was viral on YouTube. So now you want to buy her socks.
Right.
It ain't because he's a great businessman. It's because his name is Curtis Jackson and he gave you a classic album 18 years ago and he's trading off celebrity and has continued to do that as he should. That's what he's smart about. I'm done.
Salute the great 50 Cent out here doing his thing. Salute to everybody that's in here right now. What I need y'all to do is to please hit that like, hit that share. There's a bunch of y'all in here. Let them know what you watching. You know, we only got one more episode, y'all, and we gone.
He don't mean forever. He don't mean forever.
We out.
Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him. He don't know.
You quitting, Gabe? You quitting?
Yo, listen to me. I will break my mic stand. This is our last, second to last show of the season. What we getting into? Season 4? We're gonna get into a 5? 4? We get into season 4. Holy moly!
That's Snowfall shit. Season 4, Frankie vibes.
I'm almost through season 3 right now. So I've seen some things. I seen him shoot his boy. I seen him shoot his boy. We're like, are y'all with me? Is Black with me? Black just got like yo, what's going on? Bravo, what I do? You can still hear me? We're Blackout. He gotta come. He gonna come right back. Something happened at Black's crib. Here he go. Yo,
that was me. I thought it was you. It was like, yo, you was frozen on my screen, so I had to turn on my phone. And I was like, oh, all right, bet it's me that's stuck.
Oh yeah. I'm still in season 3. Yeah, no. How many seasons are there? 4 that are complete?
Of what? Snowfall?
Yeah.
Yeah, just finished 4.
Just finished 4. Okay, yeah. So I'm in 1, 2, 3. I'm like 4 episodes into season 3.
Yeah, you got a long way to go because we about to get season 5 in like a month.
Yeah, hell yeah. See, Angie and I lined that up perfectly, bro. I love when it happened like that. Binge watching shit.
Lit outside.
You don't even have to think about nothing when you sit down on the couch and light it up. You just, put on Snowfall.
Yo, no funny. You know what I'm watching right now?
What?
I'm catching up on this show called You.
You? Is it good? What is it?
It's kind of lit, bro. It's creepy as fuck, but it's kind of lit. I'm not like when I saw the previews, I was like, oh, this is some white people shit. You know, no disrespect, but that's what I thought it was. Until Cass convinced me to give it a try, and like, it's kind of fucking lit. I'm in. Yo, y'all ain't watching You. It seems like some real milk toe shit. I swear to God, it's kind of lit. Just fuck with it. It's good.
Have you watched Yellowstone? It popped up on my Netflix.
Oh, so somebody in my peripheral circle told me to go watch Yellowstone. Told me it went hard too. So I'm going to start it. I know it's on Paramount Plus, so I'm going to start it. I'm gonna tap in and see what it's like. What it's hitting for.
It's like it's 4 seasons in right now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither.
You know,
so I'm about to be there, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
So here's some cinema recommendations. Y'all go tap in. Go watch You. If you ain't watching,
what about Hightown? D-Mac says
I ain't watch Hightown. Yo, Rocky doing too much. He about Peaky Blinders and shit. Nah, bro. We good.
I don't like Peaky Blinders, man. I couldn't get into it, bro. I couldn't get into it. I tried it for a season. Season 1 of You is banging. Season 3 is a snore fest, though.
Go watch You, Gabe. Just
What's it on?
Get over what you think it is and give it time. Yeah, and let it be what it is. It's actually interesting. You'll want to see what's happening.
All right, we'll figure it out. But
trust me, bro. Yeah, but Snowfall, absolutely gotta do that.
Snowfall first. And then when I'm caught up, then we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
We'll make that part of the show next year.
Okay.
I wish you could watch the other joint, man. I really like that American Saga joint. The American Saga shit.
I'll try it, bro. As soon as like I'm stuck on shows, because I still got to get the Ozark shit about to pop off. I just finished On My Block. I don't know if y'all watched that, but that shit was dope. That series just ended. They about to do a spinoff of that. With another name, but On My Block was super fucking dope. Just a lot of shit going on. Just a lot of shit out here moving.
I can't watch Hightown. That shit hit too close to home. You walk outside and see Hightown. Oh shit. Bravo in the building, baby. I love y'all for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share. It is Gabriel. It is King Blackout. It's the What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here on Facebook and YouTube. Finally TV. You already know. You're going to be disappointed in you. Seriously, I was all over it. It is so boring this season. Oh, he's saying the first one was dope, but the third season.
But Rocky watches Peaky Blinders, so how good is his word?
He also makes eggplant lasagna that you love a lot.
He makes eggplant lasagna. Yes, he does. Absolutely.
We love it. The
Harder They Fall is okay. Niggas.
I heard about that. What's that about, Rock? What's that?
It's a black western, bro.
A black western.
Look, executive produced by Jay-Z. Hey, y'all, he ain't write it. He ain't direct it. He ain't in it. It's just
Zucchini. That's right. You like Zucchini? Harder They Fall is that work, D-Mac says. Black western.
They took a lot of liberties with the source material, but it's good.
Listen, I forgot I had this on my neck the whole time. Yo, you let me have that on my neck the whole time.
I mean, you do weird things, bro. So it is what it is.
Listen, let's see if today we are doing a tape deck project review, but we're gonna do it a little different today because we're gonna have potentially the artist on the show. But no promises because he be big baller in me. You know what I mean? He be acting like, you know what he hit me with? I ain't gonna hold you. You know what he hit me with when I said, yo, you want to come on the show and talk about it or nah?
We go. What'd he say?
Let me tell you what he said. Yeah, one message, send. Next message, I'll make time for that. Next message, period.
What is he supposed to say, bro?
I'll make time for that?
That's my guy. I get the same shit from him. Like that's how that nigga texts. Like I hit the nigga like you're 8 hours later. You're like, where the fuck you been?
Nah, Rem is my guy, man. I like Rem. Trust me, I wouldn't invite nobody on the show that I don't really like. You know, that's a big fact.
Yo, Rock, the soundtrack is fire. You're right. Soundtrack dumb fire. The soundtrack is good, Gay. Go check that out.
What for what?
The Harder They Fall.
Oh, it's a movie?
Dope. Yeah, it's a movie on Netflix.
Oh, got you. Okay, I thought it was another series.
Black Western movie on Netflix. You know, produced by Jay-Z.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, they got a who too, my nigga. They got Idris Elba. They got Regina King. They got
that. Yeah. I seen the thumbnail for that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good watch.
Listen, just why? Because there's black people in it.
Nah. It's just it's a good watch, and there's a good twist at the end. It's a good watch though. It can be long in some places where they just like I don't need to see this part of the movie. They could have edited it better. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It could be an hour 45. There's some parts where they just really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they just talk.
Did you appreciate the Hateful Eight?
I like the Hateful Eight. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Hateful Eight. I did.
Six Underground.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all go if y'all ain't watch Six Underground too. Tap in with that. Another fire ass movie. And Ryan Reynolds is that dude.
He is. I like
awesome.
him.
Yeah, love him.
Hey, I like him. Nothing wrong with him.
Yeah.
Brav says that the movie is amazing. Actually,
people doing too much. It ain't no cinematic breakthrough. It's cool. People, y'all be doing too much. Y'all got to stop. Like, come on, like, stop it.
A little over. I'm gonna peep it. I'm gonna peep it with Angie. We always looking for something to watch. So we watch.
Yo, Sos said watch Unthinkable. What's that about, Sos? Tell us. I never heard of that. What's that about? So we can tap in.
Unthinkable. I'm trying to see if I could because it's on Netflix. So I'm trying to picture the thumbnail for it, but I don't recall it. Nah, I'm not recalling that one. So next week, I would like to end the season doing another. I think we had a nice strong run here of 845 albums. So I would like to end it that way. And I know Cash shared it. What? Samuel L. Jackson?
There are some big projects we're not going to talk about. Like, yo, the French Montana about to drop. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to just let it sit all summer. I mean, all winter. Like, for real?
We could talk about it. But
we need to have a big show, like a big blowout extravaganza.
Let's do it. The fuck?
And when is the Voice of the Valley show, bro? We're like, what's?
I got canceled, bro.
Nah, here you go. That's that BS. You talked about me and my album for 6 months. You've been talking about this fucking show. What you mean?
I got canceled. The spot that I wanted to do they are enforcing the NYC bar and restaurant rule there. So because I'm not vaccinated, I can't even get into my own joint. So I got to find another spot. So this is all new news. I could have faked the funk and
you
just
give
lied.
You a Vax card, bro? I'll give you a card.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get a card.
Out. I got you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Y'all didn't hear that. We're going to edit this part
right here in the book.
Unthinkable with Samuel L. Jackson. Y'all should do a yearly review. Maybe rank your favorites from the year. Word.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it with the 845. I wouldn't. Gabe might. I wouldn't with 845 just because I don't want to get mixy and messy. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is I'm just better than everybody else. So I'm just gonna rank my shit number one, no matter what it is. But look, no, all funny aside though, it'd be good to discuss
in his own fullness.
It'd be dope to talk about things that will come out as a yearly recap. Gabe, what I think we should do is so look, let me say this, and I'll let Gabe get back to hosting and doing what he does well. It is hard to do this every week, y'all. Like 40 weeks a year of just talking and being interesting and keeping the shit flowing. And like it's not easy. And if you watch the bad podcast, you know what it looks like. Like this shit is kind of boring. Like no real talk. I think that the fact that we kind of just fell into this and just do it, and we at least think we entertaining and we found our own lanes in this says something. The break is necessary because you get burnt out. Like you literally got to commit to having your Tuesday be work and then this show, and then you eat and you go to fuck to bed. So the break is necessary. But what I will say is that I know we talked about last year maybe popping in over the holidays. I think we did it once. I think we should probably do that. If you want to commit to that, maybe once in December, once in January, before we go back up to February or March again. Maybe we should touch in once a month and kind of give like a regular show. You know what I mean? Just talking about what's kind of transpired the last few weeks. I have no appetite to do this throughout the holidays. I need the time away. I think Gabe does too. And y'all should probably get to doing the family shit as well. But I think it would be dope to tap in once a month.
I can commit to that. That's fine. We could do that. And then, we could build like a pretty nice show around that because there'll be, ample time to build the score for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm down with that. Let's see if, Remy didn't click on the link yet, right? Because he would be in here. But it's almost time to do the tape deck project review. I was saying music in general. Yeah. Yo, so let me say this. A little blasphemy for my blasphemy. Remember that phrase. I still think J. Cole's album is the best album of the year.
I mean, second best, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I think it's better than Donda. I'm
as an album, yeah, you might be right. It's a lot of fluff in that Donda.
I gauging that by the replay value and the length of replay that I gave it.
I'm with you.
Like I just listened to it again like 2 weeks ago. I let it run in the car while on my way to work. You know what I mean? It's just got a certain sound to it that it was like it's amazing to me how that album is so new, but it has nostalgia factor to it. It has like that. I don't know. I can't even put my finger on it. It's dope though, man. I rock with it, man. I rock with it.
Rim said he's trying to tap in, so whatever you're doing over there, help him out. Santoro, say it with your chest, King. Black King, bro.
He got a
super layered. Super layered. Now, if you don't appreciate somebody talking about something sometimes, it might not be your shit. I respect it.
I see Rem over here. I see Rem.
We on that.
Right,
bro, I'm not mad though. We might got to rank the albums of the year, bro. I got you.
I'll do that. Get like a top 10 and bottom 10.
Yeah.
Top 10 and bottom 10.
Top 10, bottom 5. I think trying to pick like 10 trash albums is gonna be kind of hard because I would just say everything that's mumble. You know what I mean? I want it to be interesting. Interesting, G.
All right, we could do that. I'm all right with that. I'm just sharing this and we're going to do our segment. All right, so our segment right now, you already know what it is. It is the Tape Deck Project Review, where every week we pick a project, we listen to it in that said week, we come back here, we talk about structure and content, we talk about production, we talk about execution, we talk about our least and most favorite, and then we talk about if we would run this joint back. And today is a special day because, you know, a lot of times when we talk about this artist and it's BLAKOUT in the mix, he don't want to really give the real on it because that's my man's and da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't think I'm biased. It's not Black's fault. It's because they're so close and he's on the label and all that. So I wanted to bring the man on so we could talk to him about it and we could talk intelligently about it, give Black some opportunities to question, questions about the album. So here I'm going to bring on my man, the one and only Remy Hendrix. What is going on, sir?
I apologize. I don't got a cool ass background like y'all, but I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on getting that done.
I bet. If you can you a little low right now, so see what you can do about bringing that up.
Let me see. Is that better?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I think Yo, talk about it. Uh-oh.
Yo.
What's up? What's good with it?
When the fuck is Remy Black coming out?
February 29th, 2022. We need 2 weeks. Truth be told, we need 2 more records, man. I mean,
I sent you one.
I thought that was for me though.
You ain't put it on the joint, so that's for the joint now.
Nah, see, this is what goes on behind the scenes. And we supposed to have this project out, I want to say in April, but technical difficulties.
All right.
He blamed you because you had to go to work. That's what he said.
I'm at work right now. I might get fired for doing this, but hey, it's for the culture, right?
I mean, you're the fucking boss. Don't listen to this nigga.
I know you the kingpin there.
Nah, shit. I got people over me still. It don't end at me.
Listen. Yo, Rem, salute to you, man, with that hustle, that grind, and always finding time to do your music, though. A lot of artists like yourself, they like to complain. They say they can't get ahead and they can't get it done because they always working and da-da-da. Well, here's a dude who not only works, but gets promoted, gets different jobs, leaves the state to train, does all types of craziness for his 9 to 5, and yet still finds the time to perfect his craft and put out quality music. So salute to you, brother. Thanks for joining us on the show today.
Thanks for having me. Always appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So today you're doing Tape Deck Project Review. You put out The Return, sir. My first question to you, is it an album or a mixtape?
What's the difference these days? Honestly, I mean, guys usually throw that word mixtape out there because they don't want to be critiqued for something that they put out if it doesn't be received well.
Mm-hmm.
I would call it an album because I'm not putting anything out that I don't want to be recognized as anything. I'm not going to sit here and use that poor excuse that, this is just a mixtape. I wasn't being serious or things of that nature. I'm putting my best foot forward anytime I try to release something. So I'm going to say album every time you get a project from me. Only thing that'll differentiate whether I call it an album or an EP will be the length of, you know, time on the project.
Got you. To me, and call me old school. I know I'm the oldest one here out of us three. I get it. So might be dated, but to me, an artist would call something a mixtape when they were spitting their original bars over like industry instrumentals.
I mean, that makes sense. You can't really sell that, so that's naturally what you would call a mixtape. You know, the 50 Cents of the world, the Fabs of the world, back when they were doing those. You know what I mean? You gotta you can't sell that. So, I mean, iTunes made a ton of shit possible now, but you know, you can't sell that. So naturally, you would call that a mixtape.
Got you. That's how I always saw that. Black, any questions for Rem before we get in about the project?
Nah, I see where you at with it. I think today it's a little different because I think mixtape means the quality bar is lower, right? You can have some industry joints thrown up in there, right? But at the same time, you'll find records that ain't mixed or joints that are 5 years old. It's just when creatively there's not a cohesive thought throughout the project. It's just like, oh, here's a track. I had 20 Lucy's. Let me just throw them out there. And you'll hear that. There'll be like 5 tracks back to back that sound similar. I think that's a mixtape when you don't have a conscious decision to craft something in a proper way to give it the quality it deserves. Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Also want to say real quick, you know, this day was very important in history and time, not only because Remy Hendrix made an appearance on the What We Talking About show, but today, March 9th, also marks in 1993, 36 Chambers came out and Midnight Marauders on the same day. Tribe Called Quest and Wu-Tang dropped those iconic albums today. And it's Scarface's birthday too. So there you go with that. When it comes to this album, Rem, when I'm listening to it, I asked you that because, you know, there's some really big samples woven through this whole project. And I wanted to ask you, when it came to the production for this, what was your mindset on the production on this? Were you intentionally trying to go for like big samples, big songs to redo and do things of that nature to it?
I think if you listen to the last 4 projects I dropped over the past 2 years, I'm heavy in you know, with samples. You know what I mean? I sound good on them. There's no thought that goes into it besides, hey, I'm gonna take some risks. I'm gonna try some shit, but you know, I'm gonna lean forward to what I sound good on, and you know what I mean. I sound good on those records, so there's really not much thought put into it besides, hey, I fuck with this sample. I would sound good on it. Let me see if I can put my twist to it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it as far as that's concerned.
Got you. And the production for this album, you sought out different people. There was the Rico Kevorkian was on there. I'm not sure if BLAKOUT had some credits on there. I know BLAKOUT had an appearance. Who else did you use for production?
Man, you got people like Authentic, Dior, some of my favorite producers that, you know, over the years that I've, you know, always listened to and maybe not have used. I tried to, you know what I mean, get more in depth, which is why you see the producer credits on every track title. You know, I'm not gonna not give the producer his credit because, you know, that's half the battle. You know, getting in there with people like BLAKOUT and Drawzilla, you know, sometimes it's kind of difficult. You know what I mean? I've been with Black and we've had studio sessions where it's like, I'm not feeling none of that. You know what I mean? And then we'll come back 2 weeks later and he'll play the same beat. And I'm like, oh shit, that's hard. You know what I mean? Vice versa. Like I'll rap a verse, he'll be like, I'm not fucking with that. It's actually a song on Remy Black where he was like, nah, that's trash. And I'm like, all right, cool. 6 months later, we do the same song. He's like, yo, that's fire. I'm like, damn, what happened? You know,
you bipolar motherfucker.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it's artistry. So at the end of the day, it's mood music. No matter what mood you're in. So I could be feeling this today, and tomorrow I'm like, scrap that.
Got you. So Black, how did you feel about the production on this album?
I think we got a similar leaning ear as far as like the type of sounds that he likes to rap on. He sounds good on. I thought he got real dope production. You know, I'm mad that, you know, it ain't a bunch of BLAKOUT up there because like I feel like love. But the shit that he picked,
that's your fault though.
Here you go. Yo, how many beats you got from me over the years?
Exactly.
Stop it.
Like 2.
Yo, he's so
and then it's a whole bunch of skeleton tracks. Like, you know, this not done yet. Then he'll throw some shit out there like this for Nicki. Why you playing it for me then? I don't want to hear this if it's for Nicki.
But to keep the spotlight on the bro, like I thought the production on this was really good. I hit him up and told him after I listened to it, like, yo, I think for me personally, this is the most complete body work he's put out. I've been listening to Remy Hendrix, and that's my opinion. I feel like he put his foot in this shit, and a lot of that goes to like the type of beats that he picked as well too. I think it varies. It's not the same kind of soundy shit. He does sound real good on samples. He's got some dope concepts in there. The way that he kind of rides in those. So like, I mean, for me, it's like an 8-9, bro. Like this is real strong as far as just music and how it sounds sonically. Yeah.
There are big samples in here, and you know the era I come from, Rem. So when I heard Shook Ones getting remixed out here, my ear goes up, and I'm like, you gonna do what? You gonna do what to this? You know what I'm saying? So like, I wanted to ask you, do you feel any pressure like that? Do you feel that people are doing that when they're listening to those big samples like that?
Naturally, you would get your eyebrows raised when there's a sample of something of that nature or that magnitude, especially because not only is it the Shook One sample, you know, people, the younger people, you know, the not 80s babies are gonna relate that to 8 Mile. So you know, that's just gonna raise those eyebrows, and then naturally you want to come with, all right, like it's gonna catch their ear, which is I think why I like samples a little bit more. It's because it's gonna catch their ear instantly. You know what I mean? Just makes my job that much easier when you know they can relate to the samples. So it's like, all right, if I know what I'm doing and you know my timing is right and the lyrics are right, they just gonna fuck with this. You know, not to say that I'm just gonna keep doing samples and that's all I can do, but you know, it's just second nature at this point.
It does play very nice for shows to have that.
And yeah, that's a fact. A lot of artists, like speaking on shows, it's like if you an artist that has bars and your live show doesn't come across, because I'll be the first person to tell you, I'm not the best. I'm not gonna run around stage, take my shirt off, do a cartwheel. You're
not wavy out here?
Oh, shout out to Wavy. Nah, I'm not doing none of that shit. But I will drop the beat and give you an acapella. Right. And then flip side, on top of that, after doing that, I'll have a song for the women. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So, you know, it plays into, okay, they're going to keen in on to something they're familiar with and just go from there. You know what I mean? Like, Gabe, you've seen a live show. I'll drop, I'll put in Real Love into, you know, the set. Just because that's a known record. And I haven't dropped that on any platform yet. But it'll be in my live show every time simply because it's a familiar record. Mary J. Blige, who doesn't know that record?
Right. Exactly. For me, I thought the production was cool, man. I enjoyed it. There was, you know, not too many lulls with the production overall. I do want to say, like, who did you turn to for your mixing and engineering?
Oh, that'd be, that's a mixture between Drawzilla and my boy Still 718. You know, Still's been on every project. BLAKOUT be making fun of me. He's like, damn, you got more songs with Stills on your project than you got with me. But you know, Still is an amazing engineer as well as artist. So, you know what I mean? It's second nature for me to be in the studio and us cooking up. And it's like, oh, let's try this, you know. As a matter of fact, some of the most favorite tracks that people have come from, hey, we just in the studio, I'll book a 5-hour session, run through my songs, the last hour. All right, we call it hibachiing something. Basically doing something from scratch right there on the spot, no lyrics. Let's find the beat, let's get to it. And, you know, we hibachi something, and it ends up being some of the best work we've done. He's encouraging me to actually do a whole project like that, and I'm still iffy about it. I still like to write my shit down.
The reason why, and then so those two gentlemen, Drawzilla and Steel 718, they mastered it as well for you?
Yes, sir.
I want to just say kudos to them. Like I thought the mixing and engineering on this was superb.
Yeah, big facts. You're nothing without a good master. Like, you know, I got friends of mine who do music and think they can just go in and record and then, you know, just put it out. And the home studio has made us able to do that, but you're nothing without a good engineer that knows how you want to sound and how you want your stuff to sound, and you go from there. And that only works when you work with somebody consistently. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't go to a new studio and expect them to know exactly how I want to sound, because all they're gonna do is go in there, hit the space bar, throw some reverb on your shit, and kick you out of their studio. You know what I mean? I'd rather not waste my money and waste my time and go to somebody who cares about the art just as much as I do. That's why you catch me with a BLAKOUT. That's why you catch me with a Still. That's why you catch me with a George.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I don't know if people, realize this sort of stuff, but it definitely makes a difference when you're listening to these tracks back to have it be so clear and crispy and well defined. So good job by them. Execution wise, so the project's called Return. I can only assume, because you leave it up to the consumer to say, what you're returning from. So I'm gonna assume it's because we haven't heard from you in a little bit and you're back up on the scene. I thought that part of it was executed well. The opening track, definitely is a big hello, I'm here. BLAKOUT, what did you think about the execution of this Return album?
I mean, I think personally,
here we go. Here comes the bullshit.
Nah, no bullshit. I said it earlier. I think that as a complete body of work, he understood the assignment, and I mean that. And like, I don't want it. Like I said, I'm always tempered when I talk about rim shit, because I don't want it to come off like favoritism, because it's not. Like, I'm honest. Like when we talk to each other, I'm honest. It ain't no cap. Like in what I'm saying. Like, I told him this. Like, this is the best shit you've put together and given to the people. I think he hit exactly what he was trying to go for, at least from what I'm hearing. To me personally, I think this is like top notch shit. There is no difference between what I'm hearing on this project and the diversity and the way that he attacks these tracks than any other person in the industry right now. That's how I feel about the Return. I didn't feel that way about Void, as an example. Some good joints up there, some joints I don't really fuck with. But I'm honest about that.
Crazy.
But this shit to me,
Remy's like, yo, what's up?
But I fuck with this hard. I think he understood the assignment. I think he did that. I got no qualms there. Like I said, for me, the only thing I would look for on this project is 2 or 3 BLAKOUT tracks. You know what I'm saying? That's just selfish, because I know that he'll do him justice. Like ain't a track up here where I felt like he melded in, not one. And you can't always say that.
Nah, I've come to appreciate Remy and his professionalism when it comes to his craft. And that's why I kicked it off with, this man works 9 to 5 and still finds time to perfect his craft and do it the right way. So I think it's coming through the music. Rem's been a favorite on this show since the inception with some of his work that he's released here. I think he went 3 for 3 for his first 4 joints, where he got thumbs up with us and all that for his singles and stuff. So it's just continuing, and it's because he's relentless in his approach, and that's what it is. So the next thing to talk about is structure and content. And I was checking it out. I'm not sure if maybe there's like a deluxe version. I thought that there may have been a deluxe version of BLAKOUT's joint. Apparently there wasn't, but I could have sworn
that's coming in 2 weeks.
There was like an omission. So your Return, is there like a bonus track that people didn't hear? Some that I might have missed? Is 17 tracks, right? Is there like an 18th that I didn't hear?
I don't know, man. I got so much music that I could just throw. I could throw something out there tomorrow and make it a deluxe.
That must be where the reference or shout out to Finally TV is on that 18th track.
You walked into this shit, Rem. Like, you ain't see what was coming?
Oh man, I didn't even see that. Gabe, you a good show host, man. That's kind of crazy. I thought I was covering the whole ring with that one. That was a nice little uppercut.
So I'm not missing nothing. I didn't miss. It's 17 songs.
Nah, the Finally TV track is on Remy Black.
Who producing that joint?
And I put in an 8.5. I haven't heard a reference to Finally TV only once, and that was from the Beat Taggers. Y'all left me hanging. But
shout out to the Beat Taggers.
Shout out to the Beat Taggers. In all serious notes, the structure and content, I'm glad you're here so I can give you some flowers. Kudos to you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's not all just, fake drug talk, fake money talk. I find a lot of your music has to do with your past relationships with the females in your life. I feel like you talk about stuff that's actually happened to you is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? There's no grandioso like story going on with your music. You know what I'm saying? And who you are.
I don't shoot torpedoes out of my deuce.
Nah, exactly. There's none of that, And it's crazy because like you're a lyricist, so like how to flip metaphors and be slick with it, but at the same time, there's never anything like outland. Like you're very believable. You know what I mean? And your music comes off like you're giving us a piece of your personality. The way your music is the way we like. When I see you in person, that's who I'm chilling with, is the dude that I was just listening to on the return. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, to me, that's dope. So, kudos to you, bro. That's all I want to say. Salute to you for that.
Appreciate that.
When it comes to content, go ahead.
My fault. When you younger, you embellish a lot. I mean, because that's what you grow up seeing. You see the artists and, you know what I mean? You grow up 15, 16, rapping about Benzes that you ain't been in yet. You know what I mean? As you grow as an artist, you see some more shit and you know what's going on. You know what you want to sound like. And it's like, man, I ain't in no fucking Benz. You know what I mean? Like, but, like I said, as you grow, you tend to, broaden your horizons on those things. You know what I mean? And I reached a point a few years ago where it's like, I don't want to talk about nothing I ain't seen, nothing I won't do, and nothing I won't, you know what I mean? Nothing I've been through. So, you stop embellishing on the truth. And, I mean, there's some guys that get out there and, they get on and, they end up being 6'9" and not being about that life that they talk about. And, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be one of those ever.
When it comes to the structure and content of this, and with content specifically, I love how you always go back to trying to do a bilingual track.
Oh yeah, I'm Dominican. Yeah, I'm Dominican.
I love that. Black, where you at with the structure and content? I know you like the album generally speaking, but can you elaborate a little bit on the content of his lyrics and of things of that nature?
So I'm gonna talk to you, bro. I'm gonna talk to you right now. This is the one problem I got with this project is the content. Not because you didn't touch different things, but because for me, you lean sometimes heavy into the slick talking or the woman's point of view. When I'd love to hear you give me 4 or 5 tracks where you talk about your life in depth, and you talk about your experiences in depth and paint a picture lyrically like you can do. Because you have the ability, I look for those tracks from you, like, yo, tell me about you. And maybe that's just me, because like how I've approached album making, I always try to give pieces of myself. Besides, like I said, the oodles and noodles, baby, like you need more than that. And every album I try to give you a different facet, not the same struggle, just a different part of my story, so that you can connect with me and understand me better. And I feel like on this album is so well put together. I was looking for that from you to talk about, not to put you out there, but to talk about you, the person that's not Remy Hendrix. You know what I mean? So for me, I like the diversity. You always do that when you give a project like that. So that's never a problem with me. But I want you to get, emotionally naked, bro. Real talk. And like actually share some in-depth shit about yourself and flip it like only you can, because you have the ability. You got the pen to do that.
February 22nd, 2022.
What's that? Is that Remy Black?
Oh no, I don't know when that's coming.
Hey, that's the realest thing all day has been said.
Besides that though, like I said, Mamacita is like, damn, like a top 5 Remy track for me, just the way he did it. The fake Dominican shit aside, I just thought it was just a dope concept the way he did it. I always respect like when he kind of goes into those kind of spheres. You're super witty. What goes into making a song like that? Is it intentional? Like, are you trying to shoot or hit a certain demo, or does it just come naturally for you?
Oh, Rem just bounced out. Rem got fired.
Let me find out he don't got punished on his job. The battery died, bro. What's up?
We bring him right back.
Man,
we bring him right back.
My phone rang, man.
All right. Yeah. So he was asking you, the mindset that goes into making a song like Mamacita. Is that an intentional vibe that you're going for because you know the vibe, or are you just doing it because that's how you feel?
This is something that I go for. I think shout out to Wavy. He had the first record that me and him did called Different Language. And I've always loved different cultures and just being multifaceted. And I know a little bit of Spanish. I was raised in South Florida around, like they say New York is a melting pot, the city. So is South Florida. I grew up around Haitians, Jamaicans, Cubans, you know what I mean? So it's always something that I try to do for every project. And you won't necessarily always be Spanish, you know what I mean? You might get some Afro beats, but it's always something that I'm going to try to incorporate because like Black was touching on previously, you know what I mean? That's something that's part of my life, you know what I mean? And I know when people hear like the second verse of Mamacita, they're going to think I just had an almanac or a Spanish dictionary translator around, but no, I know those phrases, you know what I mean? And I know what they mean. I'm not just saying that stuff because it rhymes or it's, I got,
keeping the moon headed. Yeah. I heard you.
Right. So I mean, like it's always gonna be something. I'm gonna always try something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's never gonna always be just me rapping. I've done that for ages. Why am I gonna just rap? I feel like that's doing a disservice to my talent that I have. I wouldn't just come out and just rap 16 songs straight, same cadence, same subject matter. You know what I mean? Without trying to give them something different.
Got you. Black, what are your least and most favorite songs on the return?
Look, the best song on this project, bro.
Oh, here we go.
Can't keep you down. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's not even close. That's how crazy it is.
It's so corny that you do that.
Oh, it's corny that I do that? It's corny that I speak facts.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I would say for me, bro, I don't want to approach this question this way traditionally. Like I said, I don't want to do that. I will say that I think the first half of this album is stronger than the back half. I think it's probably intentionally set up this kind of way, where you felt like you was coming out the gates with the machine gun spray of just heavy hitters, 5.56s. That's how I felt listening to this record. Not saying that the back half is bad. That's not how I mean. I just mean like the front half is just it's intentional, at least to me.
Right.
So I've been replaying the first half. I've listened to the back half twice, but I've been replaying the first half of this project. And that's dope because for most people nowadays, that's the whole album, right? It's 9, 10 tracks and they done, or they give you 50 and it's still 9 or 10 tracks and the other 40 is all filler anyway.
Right.
So I like the first half more than like the back half. Am I wrong? And when I said that you probably stacked it up because you felt like you was coming out the gates with those 5.56s?
No, you wouldn't be wrong. I wanted to grab everybody's attention faster than, you know what I mean? Let's take them on the ride. And I didn't.
How many thoughts calling you right now, bro? Like, what's up?
He's dead working right now.
Yeah, he is.
We're gonna let him work real quick. But what was your least and most favorite?
That's how I'm gonna answer that.
Oh, that like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. For me,
well, for you, I think you picking them out that's valid. Pick them out. How you feel?
Yeah. Let me. I don't know if he's ready to come back in. Not yet. All right. So for me, I like the first track. I like No Struggle, No Progress. I never really was a big fan of the 845 song that much. I love the skit that he's got on there with his kid. Like, I think that's pretty good. It's like real life. So for me, the Body song with India Havana it plays big. You back in here, Rem? All right. I was just telling my least
y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
we got you.
I can't hear y'all.
Boo. Come in and come back.
Not muted.
Y'all
can hear me?
Yeah.
I cannot hear.
Go out and come
close
back.
it and then come back in.
Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna settle on. I like Poly Dreams too. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the first track. I like the first track the most, and then I like Mamacita a lot, and I like No One Shook, the remix to Shook Ones. And then my least favorite though is the This or That. I feel like that concept for a hook has been done a million times, and it was perfected by Black Sheep with The Choice Is Yours. And I just think that out of all these tracks, that's probably the laziest approach out of all the songs that he's got on here to doing a hook, just doing like that kind of this or that type of a hook back and forth. So I didn't really appreciate that so much, knowing what Rem's capable of. So I thought that was the weakest song. But yeah, I really like the joint with you and him, the Can't Keep You Down track. I like that one a lot. I thought you both were spitting your things. It's interesting the approach that you guys both took with that. He was like more on the nose, like going through it right there and then, where you kind of set up a scenario. You know what I mean? So it was kind of dope to see that kind of all culminate, like the way you guys didn't write that together, right? You were separate, I would assume.
I would say that mine is based off of something that's actually going on. You just go back to now, bro.
My bad, bro. Service issues.
It's all good. He was talking about Can't Keep You Down. We was just about to start talking about it. And I was telling him that my verse is literally real life, 100%. It's actually, I don't want to put somebody out there, but I'm talking about somebody in my family. And when he played that for me, he know what I was talking about. I was like, yo, that's crazy that you brought this up, because I was just talking to my cuz, you know what I mean, who's sitting in his head right now. And I wrote that verse based off of that. You know what I'm saying? That's really a situation right now that my people is going through. So I'm literally talking about somebody in my life. So everything I'm saying is what it is.
Got you. That's pretty dope. I liked it. Rem, I was saying that my most favorite, the No Struggle, No Progress, I think is dope. I think that the Can't Keep You Down is dope. I like the song with India Havana, man. Like she's making some rounds around the 845, man. She got a really big voice. So that song Body. Yeah, the song Body is pretty good. Poly Dreams was good. And I did like what you did with the with Shook Ones, with No One Shook. The only joint that I would say is my least favorite would probably be the This or That joint. And I was saying to Black that it's more about the approach to the hook, because that This or That is such an old school thought, and perfected by Black Sheep with The Choice Is Yours. You know what I mean? You're way more capable than those type of hooks. So that would probably be my least favorite, but that's neither here nor there. That could be your number one single. It's just me personally. You know what I mean?
He also said, by the way, that 845 should have had me up there, and he's not wrong. So Rem, explain that. Now, dead ass, he's not wrong. So explain that shit.
So the concept for that whole song is in the studio with Drawzilla, and I got the whole concept for a whole nother beat. It was actually that, you know what I mean, Chuck D said, but a lot of people don't know that. They think that's just 10 Crack Commandments.
Yeah,
actually Chuck D.
Yeah.
So I'm rapping my verses, and Drawzilla just pushes the space bar, and he's like, "Let me make this beat." I'm like, "Hey, cool." A week later, he comes out with that, and it, it's a no-brainer. I put the beat out before the lyrics and asked who needs to be on it. You know what I mean? Naturally, the hoodies, they were, outside of them just be buzzing at that time. There, you know what I mean? Like, that's Ellenville is right there in reference to Monticello. Like, and I admire those guys' craft. Again, I knew Even or E-Class doing music before Young Papa was even, rapping. So I've always been a fan of E-Class's craft. And D Weathers, this is pre-Chinese spot D Weathers, you know what I mean? I just always admired, D Weathers' craft also, you know what I mean? His swag and everything that he goes about and how to make tracks. Like, a lot of people don't know, but I'm a student of the 845 music scene. If you're doing music out here, I want to check out your project. I want to check out what you got going on. You know what I mean? And I'll weed out the stuff myself. If it's trash, I'm not listening to 3 songs of that shit.
Right.
If it's fire, like, yo, let's work. Let's do something. I've asked artists numerous times, hey, you know what I mean? Let's work. And they be like, I charge. Nigga, I'm not paying you for no feature, bro. If I can punch you in the face in Jay-Z's on a Thursday, I'm not giving you no fucking money, bro. And I've told artists this. And it's like, no hard feelings. I'm still a fan. I think you got good music. And I'm going off on a tangent, but my nigga, I'm not paying you no money for no 16, especially if I personally feel like I can out-rap you. So, but anybody in the comments or anything like that, you know what I mean? You want to work with me, bro? Just let me know. I'm here. It's no fee. No, I'm not too big on myself. None of that shit. We can meet up in the parking lot, Walmart, and go song for song for an hour and just vibe. That's the type of nigga I am. You know what I mean? And I'll probably be this way, if and when I get, bigger than I am now, just because that's the type of person I am. If it's all for the culture, let's get all for the culture. I think a lot of people lose sight of that once they start getting to the 5,000, 10,000 followers on Instagram. Bro, I will punch you in the face still in Jay-Z's parking lot. This has nothing to do with, you know what I mean? So let's get back to the music and do it the right way. If we all about the 845, let's be all about it.
So basically, Black, he told you that your price was too high and he could basically see you at Jay-Z's and punch you, so you can't be on the track.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he don't admire what I do. He can punch me in the face. He out-raps me all the time, and my price too high. Yeah, I heard it.
Nah, I don't mean it like that. But I'm just saying, like, in all honesty, I chose the two I say the three features that's on the 845. And it was all out of love, you know what I mean? Drawzilla and us, we supposed to drop the instrumental and have a challenge, but it was around the time everybody was doing the challenge. The So Brooklyn challenge came out, and I didn't want to be gimmicky with it, you know what I mean? And I didn't also want to see a whole bunch of people going to get Chuck D's sample and making 404 anthems or whatever, because people are still shit like that. So we didn't release it. That's the reason we didn't release it for challenge, because we didn't want a bunch of people taking the idea and then running with it and then potentially making a hit out of something that we thought of.
Got you. So Black, man, you running this one back or what?
I mean, I'm gonna answer that as soon as I ask my final question. So Rem, what's the better team track? Is it 845 or 4-piece wing?
Oh, it's 845. Right? You know what I mean?
I ain't running this shit back ever. Fuck this whole tape. You know what I mean?
It's two different vibes, for real. If we're gonna be totally honest, it's two different vibes. I fuck with 4-piece wing not only because I'm on it. Everybody came with it. You know what I mean? Bravo set it off, and then you know what I mean. You got Ice the guy who came in, and it's just proper to put those two guys first, just because like Gabe was saying in the beginning, the braggadocious, and you know what I mean. It just makes sense, and you know what I mean. Then I go, and then Black goes. I actually wrote my verse super late, and it wasn't because I think those guys was killing me, and I needed extra time. And if you listen to the track, I kind of start mine where ice ends. You know what I mean? We rhyme the same words, and that was purposely done. I think it flows nice. Whereas in 845, none of us heard each other's verses. I think the hoodies may have heard the hook, then they laid their stuff first. I laid my verse. So if anybody heard everybody's verses, it was D Weathers who laid his last, if I'm remembering correctly. And I don't, like I said, there's no pressure in any of that, but like, I didn't feel the need like, oh shit, the hoodie's fucking snapped. I gotta go back and change my verse. You know what I mean? It's just cohesively the shit came together how it was supposed to. Just like 4-piece wings. But if you're asking me what the better record is, come on now, you know where I'm gonna go with the one that's on my project, baby.
Respectfully.
Yo, Rem, tell them where you at, how they can follow you, where they can find the album.
So I'm on every streaming platform. The Return, Remy Hendrix with 1X, HENDRIX. Instagram, you can follow me, Remy_Hendrix845. Facebook, Remy Hendrix. You'll see a picture of me there. Add me. Any and everybody, man. Whether that got to do with music, whether that got to do with your business, you know, I support everything. Whether you open the club or you open the restaurant, I'm going to try to get there and do what I need to do and support in any way, any facet I know how to. You know what I mean? But it just so happens that I'm in the lane of music. So if you're an artist, please, please, please reach out to me if you want to work. I'm not shy about letting you know that, hey, that's not it. But please take my constructive criticism for what it is. I'll never tell somebody they trash, but I will politely decline a feature in a heartbeat if I feel like it's not going to be what it's supposed to be.
There it is. The one and only Remy Hendrix. Go check out his project on all streaming platforms. It's called The Return. Remy Hendrix has been on the screen this whole time, just in case you need to know how to spell it. Everything's there for you. Yo, Rem, thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate you and watching the show and always engaging with us and stuff and all the time you put in with us. So thank you for that, and salute to you and good luck with your project, bro.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You got it. One. So that was Remy Hendrix. That was this week's show. I liked it, man. I actually got away without giving my actual answer, and I would run it back. I would run this project back.
Oh, okay.
So next week, like I said, I want to touch on that D-Mac project, and I definitely will talk about these new releases that you want to talk about too. That might be a good part of the show. You know, like part of our rundown, we could start talking about some of the albums and lead right into D-Mac's joint. What do you feel about that?
Okay.
All right.
Yo, post the link, D. Or post the name of the project.
Yeah.
Either
do
or.
That. Yeah. Do that for us, D-Mac, so we could go check that out. If we don't see it here in due time, I'll hit you up on the DM just to make sure I get the right album. But he here. What up? Oh, Matt Santoro was in the building. What's going on, man? So Black, man, good show today. Have fun chopping it up with you. And we will reconvene for our season finale next week, brother. 2021, much better year than 2020, I gotta say.
I mean, 20% better. We came back outside, but niggas still got COVID.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 20% better. That's true.
Hold up. What is this Spotify shit, bro? Like, we don't got Spotify. What is this, D? What is this?
Come on, D. Hook me up, D. Around here.
Come on, bro. See the title or Apple Music, bro. Like, support Black owned. What you doing?
But put in the comments what the name of the album is, and we'll go get that, D.
Facts. Do or die on all platforms.
Do it. Oh, okay. Dope. All right, cool, man. So we're gonna review that Do or Die D-Mac next week. We're gonna have some other albums to talk about. So I'll have the nice list of things that are getting released and are about to be released. Go tap into
that French Montana. They got Amnesia because I'm definitely finna bump that this weekend.
I bet. Yeah. So French and D-Mac, I'll put an emphasis on, and we'll go from there, my good friend. So until next week, for Angie, for Hazel, for Blackout, King Blackout, make sure you go check out Black King on all streaming platforms. I know it's still hitting heavy. Go see what that's hitting for. It's a good album. I think you'll really enjoy it. But for Finally TV, what we talking about, all that good stuff. Peace, y'all. We are out.